day everyone. Today we have with us Alexander, first runner-up for stocks category in the Stocks and FX Challenge. Congratulations, Alexander. Tell us more about yourself. What kind of hobbies and activities do you enjoy in your spare time?
I'm currently 24 this year, currently studying in NTU, studying business, and majoring in banking and finance. My hobbies include trading and investing in my free time, and also reading up on developments that are shaping the markets. I enjoy a lot actually hanging out with my friends and doing activities together.
How would your friends describe you?
I guess they would describe me as somebody who is passionate about investments and being quite focused and a driven individual, putting my mind to excellence in all that I do.
Who is your role model? How does he or she influence you?
My role model actually includes Warren Buffett. What's very interesting about him is that he's a very savvy investor, and in fact $10,000 that's put with him many years ago, about 3 decades ago, will actually be compounded to be worth several millions today. And this has actually motivated me to actually learn more about investments in general. Being able to invest decently and knowing how the markets work is very important as one begins to go out there to the workforce and work and actually grow and save hard-earned capital.
What was the last book you read and what impact did it have on you? Can you recommend me a good book?
I generally enjoy reading Haruki Murakami novels. The last book that I read was Norwegian Wood by him. It actually follows the life of a Japanese student in Tokyo, combining the elements of romance together with working and studying in a contemporary Japanese world setting. It had a deep impact on me as it could bring out very strong emotions when I was reading the book.
Share with us your experience during the Stock and FX Challenge. What have you learned about yourself during this experience?
My experience during the Stock and FX Challenge was that it was quite challenging, having many participants from various universities and polytechnics that are taking part. And in fact, I've learned better about patience, discipline and also multitasking through this experience. Patience to wait for that golden opportunity when the market presents great returns to the risk ratio, and discipline is taking to my investment strategy and plan as well. And lastly, multitasking was highly essential because I was also involved in other competitions like the Barclays competition and also various school commitments, so I had to juggle all of these alongside this competition, which made it all the more challenging.
What attracted you to trading in the financial sector?
I guess you can say that I was really very involved in the finance even before I even knew what finance was and what the financial markets was. This was when I was actually playing an online game, which is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, where thousands of players, millions of players all over the world, they actually converge on this virtual realm, where they actually engage on battles, going on quests, and also trading artifacts. So what interested me about this virtual game was not about going on quests and fighting the monsters, but what was really exciting for me was actually going to the marketplaces every day to look at the different commodities that were being traded like iron ores, the refined metals such as refined metal plates that were being sold in the markets. And what I did was that I usually love to pick a good bargain in the marketplace. I'll try to find artifacts, materials that are undervalued, and I will hoard them and I'll wait for the right moment to actually sell them off. And after a while, it became second nature to me that I was constantly in the marketplaces every day, taking trades from all kinds of people in these virtual realms. My first friend that I made was from Finland. What I mean by this is that instead of participating in quests, fighting and adventuring with other players from all over the world, which most players would actually tend towards in these online virtual realms, what I would do was instead be at the marketplaces every day, where thousands of items in these virtual realms are being traded. These items were very broadly categorized, and it's very simulated to the real world because you have precious metals such as diamonds, commodities such as iron and steel, and refined products such as armor that were actively traded every day. Soon, I began to make the markets quite often, and after a while, I began to make a name for myself on these virtual realms as being one of the richest individuals. At one point in time, I had even hit the maximum amount of game currency that's allowed in one account, so I actually began to open more accounts.
What does success mean to you?
Success to me would involve two main aspects. This would equate to not only having a well-rewarding career, but also having good relationships with my family and also my friends.
What goals have you set for yourself?
I've set certain goals for myself to work towards in the coming year before I graduate. In this 1 year period, what I hope to achieve is actually being better at investments in general, such as being able to analyze companies and sectors better, having a better view of the whole macroeconomy, and being more disciplined in my investment approach and thesis.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself in 5 years having the success that I crave for in my work, and also having good relationships with my friends and family. To be more specific, I hope to find a job which is intellectually stimulating, such as being very engaging, dynamic, fast-paced in nature, being somebody that constantly craves for deeper meaning and purpose in my life. An exciting job with plenty of opportunities to challenge myself and grow would be ideal. At the same time, I also hope to not lose focus and just focus on my job, but also to focus more on my building relationships with other people, such as my family and friends. And having others around me makes life all that more meaningful for me.
In closing, would you recommend your friends and peers to join the Stock and FX Challenge, and why?
Certainly, I would definitely recommend them. In fact, I recommended some of them to join the competition this time round. I believe that this competition would allow one to learn about investing which is applicable as one begins to save hard-earned capital when they go out to the workforce. What better way to learn than to actually be exposed to the investment world through the Stock and FX Challenge by PhillipCapital, which allows you to actually put your trading skills to the test.
Once again, congratulations for winning the first runner-up for Stocks category in the Stocks and FX Challenge.
Thank you for having me.